So I just get back from Pi, where I had an absolutely blessed time. Come back to the concrete jungle, City of Angels, Bangkok, and there's an absolute bitch fight going down on my YouTube channel. So what gives, guys? What's going on? I already said that I didn't want to make a video about Kayla Itsines and Freelee because I hadn't been following it and because I didn't really care. I don't sit here on YouTube and search Kayla It Scenes versus Freelee, or like look up loads and loads of different like YouTube, look up loads and loads of different things on YouTube. Okay, I'll have to backtrack a little bit there. Yeah, okay, sometimes on my days off when I don't have any castings, I will go and look things up on YouTube. But not things like to do with different YouTubers, because I'm not fucking interested in gossip that's going down between different YouTubers. Freelee is an important person because she's converting a lot of people to veganism. That's why has had an influence on some of the content that I've put up on YouTube. It was the Raw Till Fours that actually inspired me to start using my YouTube channel again. I only used to use my YouTube channel when I had my fashion blog a couple of years ago, and I just used it to create a couple of DIY videos. And then I wasn't using it because I was busy traveling and I didn't keep up the DIY blog. After I met people at the Thai Fruit Festival, not only did it inspire me to finally go vegan, I can start making my actions fall in line with my ethical code. She's also a person that I have brought up a few times because she and others like her, for example, Joe Best from Best Transformation, Ruby from Ruby Wants Fruits, are three people that inspired me to start vlogging again. I went to see my friend Ruby at the Thai Fruit Festival last year, and that's when I met Harley and Joe from Best Transformation, and I saw, wow, these guys are using YouTube to get a certain message out there. What a good tool. Maybe I'll start using YouTube again and see if it serves me. Now, I made a video last week about how I wasn't going to be talking about Raw Till 4 only, because it hasn't suited me as well as it would maybe suit people who are not traveling constantly. And I said that in one of my last videos, and then I was going to get back to regular programming, which is stuff that I find interesting. Okay? Because this is my channel. My channel, and I don't appreciate people having bitch fights on my channel. If you want to talk about Freelee and Kayla, go and talk about it on their channels. I don't even know if Kayla It Seems has a YouTube channel. That's how little I care about this person. I made it the subject of one of my videos because somebody asked me about it in the comments, and I wanted to get back to this person because I respect them as a viewer. Okay, that is now probably going to be the last times that somebody whose energy I don't really like because they've criticized me for other things has suggested I make a video about Kayla and Freelee, and I actually responded to the comment. Okay, I'm mainly doing a video response to this person, Incognito. I just scrolled up and I noticed that you said you're vegan, so you're biased toward the vegan side. And I wonder about your take on the vegans who are not siding with Freelee and Durian Rider. I've seen many videos from people in the vegan community who are taking Kayla's side, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why this has become a vegan versus Kayla battle for many people rather than what it actually is, a case of slander. They lied about what Kayla was recommending, and they constantly attack other YouTubers. Why are you turning a blind eye just because they're vegan? No, sorry, why are people turning a blind eye just because they're vegan? It's not that anybody is turning a blind eye. I'm not turning a blind eye. I just don't really care. The only reason why I cared about Freelee's videos, and I mentioned her a few times, was because they were my main source of, they were one of my primary sources of inspiration and motivation when I first started the Raw Till 4 lifestyle. But I just want to remind you, this is my channel, and this channel is about me. It's not about Freelee. So I don't actually know that much about the case. I don't know. I didn't go and buy Kayla's guide, so I didn't read it. I don't know if Freelee lied or if she didn't. All I know was that somebody was going to take that Kayla's taking Freelee to court for her criticizing her program, which I thought was a bit of an overreaction. But I said I didn't have a very strong opinion about it because I wasn't following it. Like, I go on YouTube and I use YouTube to educate myself. I don't use YouTube for fucking gossip. Okay? It doesn't interest me. When you find somebody's channel whose work resonates with you for where you are at the moment, you take what you need from them and then you move on. So at that time, I was transitioning to being vegan, and Raw Till 4 was working out well for me at the time. So I watched a lot of videos about Freelee, and I started vlogging about Raw Till 4. Now I'm interested in other things, so I'll watch videos about something else. I'm not a Freelee follower, just like you all aren't Sundal followers or, you know, Banana Blondie followers or Bernard Alvarez followers. You're just people living your lives who you might watch a YouTube video every now and again, but that doesn't mean that you're a follower of that person. You just watched their video. Maybe you watched a lot of their videos for a while. It's like when you watch a lot of Game of Thrones. That doesn't mean that you have to keep completely up to date with what the latest episode of Game of Thrones. I don't know what's happening in Freelee's life because I don't know her. I just watched some of her videos because I needed information. If I need information about something else, like sometimes I need to do yoga, so I put on a video from Tim Senesi. That doesn't mean that I have an opinion on a court case that Tim Senesi might be having with Banana Blondie. Like this, it's not interesting. I'm just there for the yoga. I was just there for the information she was providing. Okay? Maybe that makes us selfish. It's not turning a blind eye. It's just called living your life, you know? I just carried on with my life. I heard about the Kayla It Seems thing. I said what I knew and my opinion based on what I knew, and then I just carried on living my life. So to all the people who are getting really, really concerned about the case and asking why we're turning a blind eye, we're living our lives. So maybe you should go out and live yours. Like, actually get a fucking life, because sitting here on YouTube and commenting on people's videos like every hour, that's not really a life, is it? Look, let me put it like this. There are a lot of meat eaters, for example, who are turning a blind eye to the health benefits of being vegan, the environmental benefits of being vegan, and the animal welfare benefits of being vegan. You could ask, why are they turning a blind eye? Because they're meat eaters. So they're not interested. They're not interested in animal welfare. They're not interested in environmental issues. They're not interested in their health. Some people just don't get it. They don't understand their connection to the world around them. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go and research what Freelee did because I don't see the connection between me and Kayla It Seems. I haven't got that connection because I don't really believe that there is one that is so important that I should go and find out about it. I use YouTube to educate myself on things that I consider important for my own personal growth. When I first went to the Raw Till 4 Thai Fruit Festival, I was having some issues keeping my measurements down. And I was not eating enough. And despite not eating enough, I was still not able to lose weight because my metabolism was fucked. I was living in Bangkok, and I went to Chiang Mai to visit my friend Ruby, who was at this fruit festival. And I just went because I thought that I would meet some interesting, like-minded, conscious people. I didn't go because of the vegan community, because I wasn't vegan at the time. I was vegetarian, and for me that was enough. Because also I wasn't educated. I didn't care enough to go and research, is veganism right or is vegetarianism okay? I was happy with where I was. Just like meat eaters are, and just like the vegan community, they are not going to go and find out what Freelee did wrong, because it's not in their interests to, okay? She's representing their community, so they're quite happy with that. Some people will care so much about truth and justice that they will go and find out the actual facts of the case of what happened between Freelee and Kayla, because they believe what Freelee did is wrong. Now, I'm interested in much more important things than what Freelee did to Kayla, okay? This is just one girl and one girl having a legal battle, okay? There are much more important issues happening in the world right now that I would like to concern myself with. Other people can go and concern themselves with Freelee and Kayla. Okay? Not everyone can get behind every single cause. Okay? I would love for everybody in the world to go vegan tomorrow, but that probably won't happen. And actually, that probably shouldn't happen, because a lot of people do ask me this question: what would happen to all the animals in the factory farms if everyone went vegetarian or vegan? And they'd be like running amok. But that, we know that that probably won't happen. It's very unlikely to happen. I do see record numbers of people giving up meat and dairy, though, like amongst my personal acquaintances, just on Facebook and things like that. The people who I remember like saying that they could never give up bacon or whatever, because I've been vegetarian since I was 13. So, you know, I've been hearing these things for a long time. People, oh, I could never give up meat. These same people who I remember saying that a few years ago, you know, who are still on my Facebook friend list, are now sharing things about, you know, pigs in factory farms, and saying, I'm so glad that I decided to give this up. And, you know, obviously I'm also not seeing maybe the people that are just posting pictures of bacon on Facebook, and I'm just seeing what I want to see. That's possible as well, but I'm seeing it happen a lot. Like, a lot of people seem to be turning vegetarian and vegan. That's great, but yeah, we do have to think about what would happen to the animals in the factory farms if everybody turned vegan overnight, because maybe there would be too many. But that's probably not going to happen. People are probably just going to go vegan gradually or go vegetarian gradually, if that happens, which I think is going to. But that's just my personal opinion. You're entitled to your own personal opinion. They would just gradually breed less and less animals. And it just, you know, it would just be something that, an industry that just dies out. Like a lot of industries have died out. Like, you know, like the fashion couture industry is dying out, and all the couturiers are complaining about it, but people just don't go to these kind of like fancy balls and dress up like they used to back in the day. We're becoming more and more casual. Where was I going with this? Yeah, not everybody can get behind every cause. You know, I've got friends who are campaigning for, oh, this London institution, so and so music venue is going to be closed down. This is destroying, you know, our artist communities, our musician communities, gentrification of London, and all this kind of rich kids' playground that it's turning into, which I've been able to see for years, and that's why I started traveling and got out of there. You know, I'd love to get behind that cause and help that music venue stay open, but there's too many causes. We can't get behind all of them. That's why I try not to judge people who eat meat too much. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they're killing animals, but we all just got to choose what's important to us based on what we're interested in and based on what hurts us the most. Some people don't care that animals are being killed. Yeah, that's really sad. I think it's really sad, but that's just the way it is, and you're not going to convince them otherwise. I don't care what happened between Freelee and Kayla. Yeah, maybe that makes me a bad person, but like, you guys can fight about it as much as you want to on my channel. I'd prefer it if you took it to somebody who actually cares, this channel. Like, there's a whole bunch of vegan YouTubers who really, really care about this case and are trying to get the entire vegan community behind it, and, you know, to try and like bully Kayla, which I don't agree with. I don't agree with. I don't know if she lied. I don't know who lied. I don't care. Like, I'm making this video because I just want to remind you that even though I have mentioned Freelee a few times, because her and Joe Best and Ruby, and then, you know, a couple of other people, vloggers in the community who I met at the festival, inspired me to start vlogging. It was not simply because of veganism, because that's not the only thing that I'm interested in. And I've said several times in my other videos that I've had slip-ups. So some people wouldn't even define me as a vegan. They certainly couldn't define me as a fruitarian or in that community. And some people would just be like, she's not even vegan, because she said that she'd had a sip of like somebody's coffee or whatever, or had a bite of, you know, her friend's ice cream. I slipped up and I was on antibiotics. I talked about the tooth problems in one of my earlier videos. I was on antibiotics, so I was taking probiotics for that. They weren't vegan. So, you know, I try and be vegan in every single moment, as I said to one of my other commenters. But some people in the vegan community would say she's not even vegan. But this is my channel. So I'm going to talk about what I want. So if you want me to talk about something, you can ask me to talk about it. But if I say to you then, I don't really care, stop having a bitch fight about it. Because it seems like the only reason why this particular commenter, whoever it was, Mr. Thanks but no thanks, asked me to make this video is probably because he wanted to have a bitch fight about it and he doesn't have his own channel. Like, you guys who want to have a bitch fight on my channel, why don't you start your own channel and then you can all go and have a bitch fight over there, okay? And it's always the boys. It's always the fucking boys. I don't see any girls having a bitch fight. Like, one girl stood up for me when who was it? One of the girls stood up for me when a commenter was saying that I shouldn't swear, so that I should stop swearing so much, saying who the fuck are you, her mum. Thank you so much for standing up for me. But after he started attacking her, she just took herself out of it, because we don't need that bad energy. We don't need that lower vibrational shit, okay? Like, this planet has too much yang, too much testosterone, too many misters, not enough sisters. And we need to restore the yin. You need to start taking a leaf out of the girls' books, okay? Because I don't see any of the girls having a bitch fight on my YouTube channel. Start honouring the feminine. And then maybe we'll see the world become a little bit more of a compassionate place, instead of the massive cockfight that it is right now. And like, I don't know you guys, I don't know if you guys are vegan or vegetarian or what, but like, you're certainly not behaving compassionately. I mean, these kind of like one-upmanships they're not really going to get us anywhere, are they? Like, everybody has a different vision of how they see the world and how they see different things. And some people just don't know about stuff. So these silly little boys having an argument on my YouTube channel are making me feel like I don't want to reply to any more of your comments. But I'm not going to do that, because for all the mean and nasty people, there are some really, really lovely people who've left some really lovely comments. And for those people, I will continue to reply to your comments, and probably continue to do it in a video format as well. Like, if you want to make a correction about something that I've said, feel free to make a correction. But if you're going to be really negative and nasty about it, then y'all getting blocked, okay? It's not because you disagree with my opinion. It's because you're low vibration. If you don't want to get called a troll, be nice. So on that note, I love all of you, even my fucking haters. One love.